Welcome back to Sing with Cinderella. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Thanks so much. And this series, I help singers of all different skill levels reach their full singing potential. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a vocal cool down. In your practice session, you have your warm-up. You have your practice session where you're most likely working on different songs, different selections, and then at the very end, this is the part that a lot of people skip, and it is the vocal cool down, which is going to help you recover after that practice session. As vocalists, we are like athletes. Just like a runner, they're going to engage in some dynamic stretches before their big run. They're going to go on their run, and then when they come back, they're going to engage in some more stretches so that they have a proper recovery and won't feel the pain of the practice of that run the next day or in the evening after their run. So it's the same thing as a vocalist here. We want to engage in that vocal cool down because it's going to bring your voice back. So in your warm-up, you're trying to prep for your session. So you're extending your range and doing all these things to prime yourself for the practice session. You're at prime performance, you're ready to go. At the cool down, you want to bring your voice back into your normal speech level, just like I'm talking right now. And that's going to help you recover a lot better. So if I were doing all these crazy things for half an hour in my practice session, or the opposite, rather than the high stuff, I'm singing this really low stuff as a bass. The same thing applies. So you want to bring your voice back into a normal pattern, and you're going to feel a lot better after your practice session. You're not going to feel the fatigue as much in that way. So you just came back from your practice session, your really good workout, right? And now you're going to engage in the vocal cool down. What does that look like? What kind of exercises? I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate some. I'll talk a little bit about them, and then I'll give you an opportunity to go ahead and sing through them with me. I'll play them on the piano and you can sing. So you can use this video in the future as a reference. You can skip right to when I'm playing the exercises on the piano so you don't have to listen to the explanations again. But if you need a little a review, go ahead and watch those over again. So go ahead and save this video for your future use for the next time you go and practice. The first one we're gonna start with is just a light sigh. You're gonna go, ah, ah, and you're gonna use a light H in front of an ah vowel. So it's just like ha, like you're laughing, ha 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 ha, but you're not really, you're not putting a lot of effort into this. You're just letting go of the sound. I like to think of it. Ha, ha. And when you're doing a vocal cool down, just in general, it's not going to be at a very, very high volume. You're not at a forte or a fortissimo. It's more of like a mezzo forte, a mezzo piano. And also, you're not going to be using the full extent of your range because you want to bring it back. In a vocal warm-up, you would be doing the opposite because, so for example, you start with a siren in a vocal warm-up. You want to go, oh, and go all the way up to the tippity top of the range. But here we're doing the opposite. We're coming down. We're bringing back the voice into the center from this very large extent of the range, and we're shrinking it back to our normal speaking level, speaking pitch. So why don't we go ahead and do a couple of those? Go ahead, yeah? And now the second one we're going to do, and we're going to be going down in all of these. We're going to be going down in half steps. And your turn. Lip trill. Continue with lip trill. Awesome. So when you're doing these, just be careful that your body is still aligned. You're still singing. Good singing is good singing, whether you're in your warm-up, you're in your practice session, you're singing your songs full out. And also during your cool down. Good singing applies to anything. Body alignment, breath control, and some support. My shoulders aren't like this when I'm doing my cool down just because, oh, I'm letting go. I'm not doing that. I'm still up and ready to go as if I were performing a song, even in the cool down. Now let's go ahead and do a hum. We're going to be going down the scale just like the last exercises, but we're going to be starting from the 5th note of the scale. If my first note is here, my 5th note is going to be, you guessed it. So with this exercise, it's going to be a light hum. Careful not to tense up when you're doing a hum, especially during a vocal cool down. Go ahead and take both of your hands and just give yourself a light massage. Yeah, your cheeks, your jaw, your lips are nice and loose. Okay, here it is. Your turn. Nice and relaxed. Remember to breathe. Now switch to from 3. So when you're starting from 3, and down. And if for you that note is just a little bit too low, don't sweat it. You don't have to sing it. And maybe you're going to stop here. You shouldn't push yourself in the vocal cool down. You're not trying to extend in this exercise. You just want to bring it back to the voice, back to your normal speaking voice. The last one we're going to do is a slide. This is going to be an A or an ah, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to try an ah first and then I'll switch. But in this exercise, you're going to go from the 5th note of the scale to the 1. Just like the last exercise, so good thing that you practice it. Ah, ah, hey. You can sing with me. A or A. So nice and easy. Awesome job. And there is your vocal cool down. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you'll be using the vocal exercises in the future, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications for more content just like this. I do videos on vocal exercises, vocal technique specifically, how to achieve that high note, college performing arts tips, audition tips in general, whether you're auditioning for high school, a local theater production, whatever it is. I love to help you achieve your goals. So I hope to see you next time on Sing with Cinderella, and as always, happy singing.